Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Hello, Buckeye Nation. Jeff Rash here for the Gilmer Coaches Show. I'm joined today by Coach Alan Metzel, head athletic director and head football coach of the Gilmer Buckeyes, coming off of a loss this week to Chapel Hill. Lost by 4 this week. And Coach, I know you are never happy with a loss.
Never.
But I have a feeling that you were really happy with what you saw on the field. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
It is. It is. You know, people ask, well, you know, is it good to lose? That, you know, being serious, you know, does it help in certain ways or whatever? I never think that we're going to learn more by losing than winning. I don't think that. However, when it does happen, you can use it to grow and get better. And so that's how we always look at it. Again, that's what took place. What we have chosen to do, and we talked about it and did last week, is we've put ourselves in a position to play people that we could lose to.
Yeah.
That is intentional, and in order to accomplish the things that we feel like are our standard at this point in time as far as playing deep into the playoffs and going for a state championship, you have to be put in the pressure cooker now and get things worked out. The thing you asked me, so what did you like? Well, I thought we got much improved in our special teams.
I thought
you
so.
know,
Yeah.
we had multiple big plays. You know, we right after we score, which is one of our clips we'll look at in a minute, we ran the fake on the extra point and got an extra point there, got 2 points on that right off the bat. Our punt team was much improved. We averaged close to 50 yards net on that over the course of the game. Our punt return was solid. We had the one kickoff return. It was after a penalty. You know, we had been pooch kicking it and stopping them right where we wanted them. Mm-hmm. Well, then we get backed up. It kind of put us in a bind there. We tried to kick it deep. We did. We lost lane integrity, and they had the big return. Mm-hmm. So it's not like we had it perfected.
Yeah.
We had a blocked field goal, a blocked extra point, and then a pressure, which caused a turnover, and they didn't get to kick.
Then we had two extra point blocks, didn't we?
Well, we had a field goal block and then an extra point block.
Okay.
And then they had another field goal that they snapped, and we ended up chasing them down. So that was 3 different attempts that our defense on PAT or field goal won the point. And those things are so huge.
It was like night and day different special teams this
Absolutely.
week. Yeah.
So, you know, when you look at the game,
good kick returns.
Very good kick returns. We were getting up close to the 50 each time, giving us good field position. So all that was much improved. I thought, if I was going to summarize, I thought our effort overall across the board was outstanding.
Yeah, I thought so too.
It was outstanding.
I think everybody was saying that.
Yeah.
Everybody online saying that. Everybody that was at the game saying that. And for those of you that may be watching this that didn't watch the game or may not know, Chapel Hill is they went to state last year. Got beat at state. In fact, right before we played.
The game before ours.
So they went all the way to state last year, which we figured they would. And they've got all the key players back.
Yeah.
In fact, the back
is committed
to Texas as a back.
Right.
He's a running back, and their quarterback is committed to, I think, Baylor as a defensive back. So you're talking about 2 freak Division I athletes, and they've played all 4 years over there.
Yes.
And they're back. So we knew they were going to be great. I think they'll go back and maybe win state this year. I predicted they win state last year. They lost at state. They got a really good chance. So what you saw the other night, if you were at that game, and it was a great game.
It was.
Could have went either way. It was back and forth, back and forth. I think the lights going out, it kind of iced us because we lost momentum a little bit.
We
were on the
momentum.
6.
I would agree with that.
But again, you can't take it away from Chapel Hill. They're awesome.
Right.
But a Division I 4A school, bigger school, coming out of a state championship play last year, probably going to go back this year. You basically, what we're getting to see here, like this last week, was a state championship caliber
that level of game. Pressure.
Because you had us, who I think will be back at the top, if not at state again. You got them, who I think will be in the same place. So you basically saw big school, little school, state championship. and we're going to talk about it in a minute, but you're probably going to see it again
this
here
coming week. Yeah.
this coming week because Kilgore, it'll be either Chapel Hill or Kilgore up there playing for it. So anyway, I couldn't have been happier. I hate that we ended up not getting the W, but the boys played so good.
No doubt.
And you take away a few little things that normally doesn't happen, and we win that game. In fact, statistically, we beat both of these teams. If you look at the best statistic that we were talking about at halftime the other night was Stewart, their running back, who's going to be a running back at UT.
Right.
We held him. Now he had a long
pass
reception for a touchdown,
88 yards.
Yeah, but his rushing yards were only 34 yards at the half.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought, wow,
Yeah.
you just held the
Defense did
Division I.
outstanding.
Oh, they did amazing. So I figured overall you were going to be happy with their performance.
I was. I was talking with several of the players on Saturday. Just they came up and we watched film, and so I had a chance to just visit with a few of them. And I was talking to them about the critical part or component, if you will, of this type of scenario where you're coming off 0-2, you're coming off the losses, is can the team stay together? Can the team gel? That's what separates you from most everybody else. There are a lot of teams out there that are talented. There are a lot of teams out there that could make it there.
Yeah.
But there's going to be adversity all through a season. Can you, when you are struggling with, okay, I'm frustrated, I didn't get the ball as much as I wanted to, or I didn't get to play as much as I wanted to, or whatever it is that each individual is dealing with, then you compound that with we didn't win, which adds a whole nother amount of pressure, and the ability of the leadership of the team to accept and understand we're growing. We took steps this week.
A big step.
We really did.
A big step.
And to be able to hang in there, to be able to set aside the selfishness that is there in all of us, and be able to capture that there's something bigger than me. That is the component that we're working on right now. That's the kind of thing that when you get to round 3, 4, 5, 6, that's the thing that can set you apart from a team that's just as talented as
you've proven that concept works, and that's what's really cool is Buckeye fans looking at online and everybody that I've talked to in town, they understand the strategy now. Used to last year it was like, oh, are we not very good this year? And we're like, no, we're going to probably win state. And they were like, but we've lost some games. And we're like, doesn't matter, probably, and we did. And I think everybody's caught on. Okay, we're playing these not only bigger schools, we're playing the best of the bigger schools. So we're playing state championship games every week and preseason.
Right.
And I love it. And I love the fact that we're right there and we're tweaking and making changes,
taking steps.
Yeah. So I told somebody yesterday, you're not going to want to hear this, but I said we could go 0-3 or even 0-4 because we got Kilgore and Lindale, and they're both phenomenal, ranked schools. I said we could go 0-3, 0-4, and still go win state.
You're right.
Wouldn't strike me at all. I know you don't like it. I know you don't want to hear that, but it's a fact, right?
This part of the year is to get us ready for later. So yes, I'll accept that.
And by the way, it's not always bad to be underestimated. Right.
Correct.
I mean, that's not that's
Yes.
as you can ask Greg Tepper from last year.
There you go.
Underestimated us frequently.
Yes.
So anyway, look, we're going to look at some film. I thought the guys played a great game.
They
It was
played
such
well.
a good game, and Buckeye fans, I gotta compliment our fans. Talk about supportive.
Oh, it was
I mean,
rocking.
they were
Yeah,
so
all
supportive.
into it.
And after the game, even though we lost, they were like, "I don't care. That was a great football game." I mean, it was
a great environment.
Oh,
it really was.
It was so great.
Yeah.
And you said it. We talked Friday night after the game. Had we caught that pass in the end zone or been able to,
on the last play,
after the lights and all the drama,
would have been in the top 5 of comeback wins of all these years.
Yeah, it would have been great.
I agree.
Let's watch some footage here. What do you got for us?
Well, the thing I was pleased with early, we received the kickoff, we drive down, we overcome a little bit of adversity on the drive, convert some first downs, get down inside the red zone, and then score. I'm ready for us to get what we have talked about it. We're a little bit erratic still on offense, and we're starting to smooth out some of that stuff. And so here we go. We get down here to the end zone. I've got Alex Sims, who's back at running back for us, back here in the back at tailback. And so here we are, and we're going to give him the ball off the edge. Got to get my clicker going. There we go. He does a great job making the first man miss and then works his way in. He's got a great feel for just how to gain yards.
He does, and you know, he's bigger than people realize. Yeah. He's a powerful runner.
He is.
He kind of had a standout game. I thought.
He did. I thought so too.
You know, Friday night.
Right.
You had several. You know, we had several key injuries. Right. People may not realize that. We don't talk about that a lot.
Exactly.
But we had some injuries for that game going in, some key ones.
Yes.
And so you had some young guys that stepped up.
We did. We had a handful of guys that were very young. Like you say, I'm trying not to highlight those where people can prepare, but there were, you know, we had some adversity going into the game because we had some guys that were not playing. And so hopefully we'll move forward and just keep getting better. And it's good to see young guys step up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go to right after the score. We jump in and go with a fake. We had seen them on film coming off the edge, almost just selling out. And so with that, we decided we would try and jump them just right off the bat, right to start the game.
So that was part of the game plan going in.
Yeah, we practiced this on Thursday. First time we score, we're running this. And we lined up and went for it right here to just try and set a tone of aggressiveness and so forth. So you can see these guys come off the edge. They only have one guy back. We have two going out. So our Caden, who's our holder here, he's going to set the ball down and then roll out and flips the ball to Alec again. Alec is the wing on this play. And he's wide open. You'll see it. So here they come off the edge right there. They're done right there. And you just toss it to him, and now you get 2 points instead of one.
Yeah.
So that I thought that I was really pleased that the guys executed on that and took care of business. Okay, so here we are. We're on defense, and it's a third down. I thought our defense did a great job of containing, as you mentioned, the quarterback and the running back. Now, there are plays where they just outran us to the sideline, you know, and they'd get a first down or whatever. But the overall, a tremendous effort of just keeping those guys bottled up.
Yeah.
So you're going to see Alec Guillen here and Devin McDonald, and I've got them highlighted there. They're going to come through the D-line and get after them right there in the backfield. That's a minus carry for
that defensive line, I tell you.
Oh, they played tremendous. They played tremendous. So great job by the defensive line there, being able to get the 3 and out, which caused a punt, and we were able to get rolling again on offense. So here we are on offense, and you've got Brady McCowan is going to flip it out to Brendan Webb. We felt like we had an advantage out on the edge. You've got Caden Tennyson jumping in. Caden played a whole bunch of positions the other night, and which is kind of more the way we're getting, not completely, but we're getting more to where we're wanting to go, where he'll probably get more quarterback some, he'll play some running back some, but we've got to work our way to that. But you're going to see him get a block out here. He's very physical. Then you're going to see Jeremiah Noble get a great block right out here. There's his. And so when you get those guys out, wearing out cornerbacks on the edge, and then B just gets a chance to weave in and out and takes it in for a touchdown. So, you know, you're just throwing a spot pass out there, but because you've got guys that are willing to be so physical on the edge, you're able to take an easy throw and score. So we move from there into a gadget play. We've got Caden again outside. Well, we know he can throw it. So we've got him out there at the very edge, and we're going to snap it to Brady and then throw it out to Caden. There's Caden.
Yeah, he had to go up for this ball.
He did. So Brady threw it too high.
He threw it high, and that kind of threw off that would have been 6 points.
I agree.
Otherwise.
I agree.
It threw off the rhythm.
It did, and but it shows you some things that we can do.
Yeah.
You know, this is some of the stuff where we can use.
But when you've got
Caden's,
two quarterbacks
that's
on
right.
the field,
You have skill sets like this.
Yeah,
so,
that's hard to defend.
Right. So great catch right there, and then he kind of resets and has to throw it, threw it off, and then we caught it, but it ended up having to go down.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job of making sure that he just caught the ball.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Because
Yes.
a lot of times, you're wide open, you want to get the catch
right,
and
drop
run, and then you drop the ball.
Right.
And he did a good job of
He did.
just, hey, let's take the yardage.
He did.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, we ended up not scoring. We go for the field goal here, and then we missed the field goal. So that was on that drive.
Yeah.
So we missed out on some points on that one. However, I am pleased that we were able to get this play going. Like I said, it's signs of things to come.
Yeah.
Where you can be creative with your game planning. Okay, here we are on defense. Now, what I did here, you've got Tyler Hagler here.
Oh, my gosh.
I did a Tyler
He is just a
freight
freight
series here.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
it's Tyler,
I'm
Tyler,
gonna
Tyler.
enjoy this.
Yes, so I've got him circled here. So watch what he does. They're on the 1, and he just destroys them and almost gets a safety. I'm going to go to the end zone view because you're going to see him right there. I mean, he just destroys the guys in front of him. And then
This guy can't hardly be blocked.
I know. And then he's so athletic, he's tackling the running back in the backfield. So that's on first down. So then we have another play coming up like 2 plays later. So here he is. I've got him circled again. And you're going to see him fight off the block. And there he is right there making the tackle. So you've got, I'm going to do it from the end zone so you can see him. Here he goes. So there he is right there. Watch how he fights off the block right there, and then bam, tackles the quarterback.
I mean, he jumps
one-on-one.
inside, no.
That's a 320-pound guy right
That's a
there.
320-pound guy that's on a kid that runs a 4.3.
That's going to Baylor.
That's going to Baylor to be in the secondary of all
Yes,
things. I
yes.
mean, this is the fastest guy on the field right there.
There you go. And then
Yeah.
here's the third play. This is all on the same series. So here he is again. He's just a difference maker. I can get the film to start going. Here we go.
The Buckeyes, if you look over there, it looks like we got DeMarcus Ware on the end and Larry Allen inside.
There you go.
I mean,
That's
it really
some big
does.
people.
It's some big folks.
That's some big people, I know. It's kind of different than we've had in other years. Here he is again, tackle for loss. Yeah, just bulls through the block and then has the ability. So some guys, can get through the block, but they can't make the tackle on the back. And then there he is right there.
Look at him. Look how athletic that guy is.
That's impressive. So I thought, I just got to do a series of him there.
That's He had a great night.
He really did. He's a difference maker. Okay. I got to go back. All right. So this is a pretty big play here. This is on that drive. So then they try and slip their back out in the flat. And guess who's back here? You got Jeremiah Noble right there playing safety. Watch him be disciplined, reads his keys, sees the throw, picks it. He overthrew his guy just a little bit. G's standing right there, takes it in for the end zone. 6 points. That was big.
Yeah.
That was big. Anytime you can score on defense, that's a huge momentum turn. So I'm going to move from there to our special teams. So our drive stalls. Here we are with our punt team. Pate gets a great kick, and their guy muffs the ball.
Yeah.
And then there we are. Guys were hustling down. This is Amari Morton. I've got circled here.
Not just their guy, it's their number 3.
Their
quarterback.
quarterback. Yeah. So here we're hustling down. The ball touches him. Now, right there, a lot of people don't know the rule. On a muff, if you don't possess the ball, then where you grab it, it's down.
It's down.
So that's why we had to go back there on offense. But if the guy catches it and then fumbles, then you can pick it up and run it. But anyway, great job by the punt team, hustling down, being in their lanes, be able to get that play. It's like throwing a long pass.
Yeah,
That's a huge play. So great job by them. So here we are back on offense. We're going to end up going McCowan to Webb again. So we're going to pump and act like we're throwing the screen. And then so B-Webb's going to go out, shimmy his feet, act like he's blocking, then go out, and Brady just throws a missile and puts it on him going up the side here. Excellent throw to get a touchdown. Pump, that got them to bite, and then there's B-Webb out there.
Yeah, that was just blown coverage on their part, right?
Well, you're getting them that, when we throw the screen and they're all coming down on it, that's the play off of it.
Okay.
So more than a blown coverage, it was you got them to bite on the fake, and then that creates the opening, the seam for you to throw in. And you saw how hard they played the screens earlier. We had an interception off of one where a guy was bobbling it and it went to him. So this is the play off the play. And then finally, I've got the lights go out play. You know, it was quite a interesting scenario, but it was a great play.
Yeah. Thank God for their big Trinitron.
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. That gave us enough. So here we are in the middle of the play. It goes dark. Here's the throw. Caden makes the catch, and we're down at the 7-yard line. I thought, you got to put that on there.
Oh,
I mean,
you
that's
have to.
like that's
I would
like
have been
a play
disappointed had you not.
of your history. That's pretty crazy, you know.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that they
just kept
playing.
going.
Yeah.
You
You know,
just
you would
kept
think.
playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Here
refs
it
didn't
is.
blow the whistle.
Yeah.
They were freaked out.
How about that? There it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was
Look at
pretty
that.
crazy.
Isn't that cool?
Yep.
I've never seen that in a game.
No,
we
not-
did have lights out here at one
Yes.
stadium, but it wasn't during the play.
No, it just
You know,
they went
it's
out and
crazy.
stopped. And,
Well, I thought it sounds crazy to say congratulations after a loss, but congratulations on the progress.
on getting better.
Oh my gosh,
I'll take
yeah.
that.
That was
I'll take that.
like I said,
That
I
was a
felt like I
high-level
was
game.
watching. I was in. All we lacked was Jerry's World
Yeah.
for that game, and you got another one this week.
We do.
Because Kilgore, who beat Carthage, I don't know who they play Friday night. I didn't even look at the score.
They beat
Well, they-
White House.
They beat White House.
White House.
Okay. So Kilgore, who last year was one of our losses up front. I'm still angry about that one because that should have went the other way. But tough game.
Yes.
They have a fantastic secondary.
They do. Their whole defense.
Their defense is stingy.
Is good. You know how this past week you had Chapel Hill with this crazy explosive offense,
Yeah.
and their defense is good, but
Yeah.
it's mainly offense. Well, Kilgore, they have a really good offense, but their defense is
awesome.
crazy
Yeah,
good.
their defense is crazy.
Yeah.
Their secondary is, I think, the best in East Texas.
They had like
honestly.
4 interceptions against Carthage.
They're unbelievable.
Yeah.
These guys are unbelievable. That's the best. It's like we just landed on 4 of the best defensive linemen we've ever had. They've got 4 of the best secondary guys.
One going to Michigan.
Yeah. I mean, so they're phenomenal. So setting up the game this week, what do you expect to see at homecoming?
I think it's going to be a grinding game. I think people need to understand that it's probably not going to be offensive fireworks. It's either way. Now hopefully we'll have one more than them, but both defenses are stellar, and so it's going to be a game where you're going to have to play field position. And you got to be smart in being able to try and pin them, and hopefully you can get some field goals. And you're going to have to scratch and claw for every point. Them in Carthage, it was 2015. It was a low-scoring game.
Yeah,
That's
same as us with Pine Tree.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's going to be a grinding game. So when you're playing teams that are that evenly matched and that good on defense, it's hard to come by a point.
And well coached.
And well coached.
Because
very
none of all these teams,
Right.
you see teams with athletes, but you're
Right.
like, we'll beat them strategically.
Right.
These teams have great coaches.
very good.
They have great coaches.
They do.
So, yeah, it's going to be homecoming. So everybody come out. Make sure you support the Buckeyes. Be loud. Bring noisemakers. That was a really loud stadium the other night.
It was.
There was a
It
lot
was.
of lot of excitement going on. So hopefully we're going to have the same thing here in our home turf. One of the best football games, top 5 I ever watched, was right here in this stadium, Gilmer versus Kilgore. You know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
My son-in-law,
Dylan Bowman, nice
Dylan
pass
Bowman,
down in the end
bats
zone.
it down for the win
Yeah,
right
for
here.
the district championship.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It was a great football game, and I anticipate this one to be a lot like that.
Yeah.
It's going to be a battle. So hopefully the Buckeyes will come out on top. Congratulations on the progress.
Thank you.
And I hope those young men are
Coming together.
Yeah,
Try.
and I hope they feel good and don't worry about the 2 losses. Not a big deal.
Yeah. Focus
So,
on what
folks,
matters.
make sure you come out, support the Buckeyes. Make sure you're not discouraged by a couple of losses. And even if we had one more out of the next 2 games, I'm just saying that. I know you don't want to hear it. It doesn't matter because mark my words, we said it to you last year, and we're saying it again. We could be 0-3 or 0-4, still go win state, just like last year. So let's keep the momentum up and the support high. So, Coach, thanks again.
You bet.
Buckeye Nation, we'll see you Friday night for homecoming. Thanks for watching.